And we're going to just basically approve this email. Approve, send please. And we are executing the send new message. The follow-up email has been sent. Let's go into our CRM account, and as you can see, follow-up case studies for AI automation journey. Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to integrate AI agents with your GoHighLevel sub accounts so that these agents can now go into your accounts and send emails and update opportunities and update notes and essentially work within your systems rather than you having to go in and manually do these things yourself. So HighLevel just released their MCP server, and if you don't know what an MCP server is, let me try and break it down quickly. If you remember the early days of ChatGPT, if you would ask it for an event summary that happened 2 days ago, ChatGPT would just hallucinate and spit a bunch of rubbish out essentially. Then another AI platform called Perplexity comes out, and if you would ask it to do the same thing, what it would then do is use a tool, and that tool was search the internet. That was the only difference. Perplexity were able to build $1 million valuation just from having one simple tool. Now, in order for applications to talk to each other, you need something called an API. If that software has an API, you can talk to it. And the way we talk to it is by using something called a HTTP request. Now, for example, let's say we wanted to connect our Gmail, because Gmail has an API, and we wanted to connect that with an LLM platform like ChatGPT or Claude. You would need to essentially set up a HTTP request to send an email, set up a HTTP request to read an email, set up a HTTP request to delete an email, and you get the drift. You would essentially need to set up these requests for each and every single tool, and if a platform has 10, 20, 30 different tools, it's not very user friendly. Now, what MCP servers do is it groups all of these tools together. So if a platform like your Gmail has 20 different tools to call on, it now groups that into an MCP server. So you only have to set it up one time and you have access to all of those tools. So in summary, MCP servers make the connection between AI agents and platforms 10 times easier. So now that you have a brief understanding of what an MCP server is, let's actually get this set up. So what's needed? You're going to need a GoHighLevel sub-account location ID, a GoHighLevel private integration key, and an OpenAI account. Now, what you're going to essentially do is log into your OpenAI, go into the API platform, click on dashboard, and we're going to click create. And if you click on the add button next to the tools, you'll see MCP server. So this is now a native integration in OpenAI's platform also. We're going to add new, and it's going to ask us for a URL. You can find this URL in the HighLevel MCP documentation. I'll leave the link to this document in the description below. And here you can see all the tools that it calls on, and there's only 21 at the moment. But as you can see here, this is designed for future expansion to 250 plus tools. So I believe jumping on this now, getting used to it now, because this is going to be an absolute game changer if you use GoHighLevel. Absolute game changer. But here you can see the JSON for the MCP server. Don't worry, this is not going to be a complicated process. All you need to do now is copy this URL, and you can add that here. Label, I'm just going to call it Chris MCP server. Description, I'm not going to add that. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the custom headers, and essentially here you can see it says authorization. So copy the authorization and add that header here, and then location ID, add that here. And what you're also going to want to do is click bearer, type bearer, and then you paste in your API key. So I'm going to go into my HighLevel account now, and here is my location ID. So I'll paste that here, and then what I'm going to also do is go down into my private integrations and create a new integration. And I'm going to call this MCP server. Next. And you're going to want to add all of these scopes. Okay, there are lots of scopes to add, so don't worry about it, guys. Take your time, add these in, and that should generate our key. I know I shouldn't be showing my keys, but I'm just gonna delete it after this video, so yeah, don't be cheeky, guys. All right, cool. So now that we've added the bearer, we have a space, and we've added our API key and then our location ID, we can click connect. And there we have it. I'm going to change the approval to never require approval for any tool call. And we have everything selected, and we have just connected our OpenAI LLM to our GoHighLevel sub account. Now, let's go through a scenario where I've just had a sales call. I've got the sales transcript. I need to follow up with an email, and I need to update the contacts notes. Rather than me going into my high-level account to do this manually, I'm actually going to get this agent to do it on my behalf. So what we're going to do now is create a system prompt, and I already have a framework in place in how I generate system prompts. It's called the Crisp framework, and I will give this away for free. The link will be in the description below. But essentially, this is what I use to generate high-quality system prompts for my AI agents. And this Crisp framework essentially outlines the context, the role, the instructions, the structure, and the patterns. And this just helps in providing a framework to provide high quality prompts for AI agents. So we're going to basically say, hey, I'd like you to create a system prompt for an AI agent that follows up via email by analyzing sales transcripts. You will draft the email first and wait for approval before using the tools to send the email. Also, I'd like you to ensure the contact details are correct by using the get contact tool. Here is a reference to all the tools. And then what I'll do now is go into the high-level MCP server and basically give it a list of all these tools, all 21. I cannot wait until this is fully updated with all the tools, guys. This is going to be crazy. Absolutely insane. But here now we are generating our prompts. As you can see, it's given the context, role, instructions. So it's asking us a question. So I'm just going to say just generate the prompts. Usually I would go through this and answer the questions, but because for demonstration purposes, we're just going to get it to generate something for us. And here we go. You are a AI sales follow-up specialist operating in CRM environment with access to sales transcripts, contact management tools, and etc. etc. We're going to just wait for this to generate and copy and paste this over into our ChatGPT, also OpenAI system prompts. And guys, if you guys want to basically, add your tone, communication styles, this is where you would essentially prompt it in the system prompts. And then you should get an output that is more to your standards and liking. But as again, this is just for pure demonstration purposes. We've got a system message, and I'm just going to click the auto clear and say hi. What I'll also do is I have an example of a sales call transcript that was generated by Claude. We're going to copy that and paste that into our chat. So we have called the contacts get tool. So let's see, path Christian, transcript analysis, contact verification could not be found in the system. So let's just type in the email of Christian, and that should find. So we found the contact, but I've got the autoclear on, so apologies. Let's copy our transcripts again and paste that in. There we go. So pain points: Christian is overwhelmed with admin tasks 3 to 4 hours a day, etc., etc. Contact verification. Here's our draft. Hi Christian, thank you again for the insightful conversation last week. I appreciate you sharing the challenges of managing and growing admin tasks and pressures of being the bottleneck in your operation. Of course, this is saying last week, but if you were having a sales follow-up, it would be the same day. And we're going to just basically approve this email. Approve, send please. And we are executing this send new message. The follow-up email has been sent. Let's go into our CRM account, and as you can see, follow-up case studies for AI automation journey. Hi Christian, thank you for the insightful conversation last week. I appreciate you sharing the challenges of managing growing admin tasks and the pressures of being the bottleneck in your operation. So guys, the better the system instructions and the better the prompting, the more quality these outputs will be. Again, this is just for demonstration purposes. Wanted to show you that this is going to be such a game changer for anybody using HighLevel, as rather than you having to go in now and update tasks, update notes, book appointments, we should be able to just instruct an AI agent that can essentially work in our systems and give us the freedom to now work on other things, as I can imagine this gets very time consuming. And it's not just HighLevel that are releasing MCP servers, it's all of your favorite tools and applications that are now starting to release MCP servers. For example, I connected a Notion MCP server to my Claude, and now I can basically ask Claude to create databases with information I've scraped from the internet into my Notion. It's amazing stuff, guys. So please, please, please try this out. Let me know what you think. If you are exploring MCP servers and other applications, let me know what you think. I would love to explore and see how you guys are using this to essentially revolutionize the way you are using AI agents. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you have found value from this video, leave a like, subscribe, because I will definitely be uploading more videos like this. And yeah, peace. I'll see you in the next one.